Word. What's the word? Peace. I've been panhandling for a little minute. Somebody threw this out the window. So shout out to them. Guess they wanted a little advertisement since I'm standing on the road. Why not make me a billboard? Smart thinking. This is a damn good hat. keeps the heat out with the mesh and blocks the sun with the bill. So shout out to River Valley Tractors. But I've been panhandling. I made just about the same if I was making about the average wage in a day. And so I've really been thinking about that verse in Matthew where it says, worry not what you should eat, but worry should lay ahead. And it talks about how God clothed the animals, the birds, every living being, he'll take care of them. So I've been on this walk of faith, and I just been trusting God the whole way through. And I thought I'd been applying it, and I have been applying that, but it's levels to everything, and it gets deeper and it gets higher. For a tree to reach the heaven, its roots must reach the hell. And so God's really been showing me that on this walk of faith, I am to not even know everything. Like, I may get premonitions, I may use tarot and divination, all these different things to look ahead, even astral project, look at the stars, all these things, but only God knows. Only God knows. And to keep faith is to trust. Like, if I was to go across that intersection right now in the middle of the highway with a blindfold, now, if I did that, I'd have no faith. But if God told me to do that, I would have all faith. My faith is only in God. And so that's why I've been learning on this journey, is to only trust God. And God will send people, even demons and angels. All things work together for the good of those that love the Lord. Even when Job was tested, the devil had to come to God first. And his test was for his blessing. And so I also had to realize that life is not about just you being happy and sunshine, butterflies, and rainbows. Like, if we came here and we were already in heaven, there'd be no point of living this life. And I've been listening to that song by Zach Bryan, Burn, 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 where he says, I want to feel it all. Joy, pain, and the sky. We all burn, burn, and die. Death is assured. He who fears death is in denial. It's just what we do. And in that song he says, when I reach those golden gates, I pray to say I did the best I can. And so it's about serving God and trusting God. And he says, if you remain faithful unto death, I will give you a crown of life. My grandpa used to always say, we're born to die. What matters is what we do while we're here. And so that's why we're here, to do God's work, to do what he created us to do. And his purpose, I had to realize my life is not my own. Even my body is not my own, because I did not create me. My soul is not my own, because my very breath is his. And I've really been learning to trust in God more. He's brought me closer. Like, somebody stole my wallet, I lost my phone, and I realized how much I depended on technology, and then other people, and the internet, and Siri. I wouldn't even think for myself, hey Siri, hey, or I looked this up. I wouldn't even know if you told me, okay, which way is east? Head east. Well, okay, which way is east? Let me use Google Maps. How do I get to this destination? Let me use Google Maps. I don't know this. I'm not going to think about it. Let me use a calculator. Let me Google. And so I've also learned that this has been domesticating us. See, like, if we were an animal and we were led into the wild, we wouldn't survive because we don't know how to do what's naturally programmed in us. Like everything that we need is in us, but we're so constantly looking outside and seeking other things outside of God. And I've also been learning that we are to consider God in everything we do. For he's a spirit and we must worship him in spirit and in truth. Not just when we need something. Not when we're God is our Father. And so it's like you don't just run to him when you need something, and then when things are all right, okay, I'm gonna put you on the back burner and only like think of him in times of trouble or when we go to church on Sunday. But he wants us to consider him in everything we do, and we are to pray without ceasing. And everything that we do should be to honor God, and God is love. And all the love that we get, love encompasses all. It covers a multitude of sins. All the love that we get, there's so many forms of love. Unrequited love, unconditional love, sacrificial love, eros, agape. It's love that we share between friends, love that we share between our parents, love that we share romantically between family, brothers and sisters, children, and just a fellow individual. Even animals and nature, the trees, everything is alike. And even activities we love, material we even love. But all of those things together don't compare to God's love. And God loves us before we love him. And so a lot of time we spend our life and God is experiencing this unrequited love. I used to think that me doing things like smoking, drinking, all these sins that I thought were I would refer to them as like a victimless crime. Like I'm not hurting anybody but myself. And God told me and he showed me, like, if you hurting yourself, that's hurting me. If you have a child and you see a child is hurting themselves, that's gonna hurt you. If you know someone that you love and they're hurting themselves or they're hurt, it's gonna hurt you. And so I'm hurting the one person that cares about me the most by leaning onto my own understanding, living in my ego, and being wise in my conceit. And so he really showed me, he's really been chastising me. I've been on this journey and I've been learning so much, and I'm thankful. I had to learn to swallow my pride. For the first time I've been panhandling, and I understand why he has me on this journey. He's showing me at the same time I'm blessing people, they're blessing me, and I'm learning. And even like as these people go by, I tell them good morning, God bless you. A lot of these people, they don't even they might tell me I don't have any money, and I say, okay, that's fine, God bless you. You enjoy the rest of your day. And they'll leave with a smile. Somebody came this morning and brought me $20 and said, I seen you on the side of the road. And I couldn't get to you the other day, but I came by this morning. And this is the thing, that's our vote. In the system, in the government, our vote doesn't matter. Because the right wing, the left wing, whatever president, they're already chosen. And whoever you pick, they have to go through Congress, the legislative branch, the executive branch. They have to go through all these things to pass an order. And them themselves are chosen to be elected amongst the choice. So they give you the illusion of freedom and the illusion of choice, but they control it all. And so our vote matters in life, in the spirit, by each individual, each being that we touch, because it's all a part of God and it's all a part of the universe. And we must worship God in spirit and truth. And so we must sow seeds in love to get the things that we wish to receive. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. God bless.